Hello everybody, my name is Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. Thank you for keeping up with me all this time. If you are a subscriber who's been chilling with me the whole time making these videos, I really appreciate you. If you're new, welcome. Before I wanted to go ahead and make more videos throughout my daily content, I stopped and realized that I never really I always get vulnerable here and there, depending on what topic I'm talking about. I get very vulnerable on my channel. But I realized that a lot of you may not know me in detail, like very personally, because I don't really talk to you guys about my personal life that much. I do here and there, I open up. But maybe you guys need a little bit more detail of who I am as a person so you can get to feel comfortable on my channel, things like that. And I'm all about being vulnerable on my channel, so I thought I'd give you guys a little bit more insight on myself that can probably help us be more relatable to one another. And I also believe that as human beings, we're so multifaceted, and I like to show every side of myself on my channel. I don't want to just come off as just spiritual or just entertainment based or just wisdom based. I have all types of sides to me, just like anyone. And the reason why I don't separate my channel into many different channels, because I believe that, you know, we're multifaceted beings. You guys should be able to see every aspect of who I am, and sometimes those aspects are contradictory of one another. But that's how we are as human beings. We're very eclectic. I think that's the right word to use. But yeah, and we're always constantly evolving and changing, and that's something that I always want to show on my channel. So here we go. But before we get into the 25 things list, I'm gonna just run down a little bit of what you guys may want to know. I was born and raised in Tampa, Florida. That is where I spent the majority of my life, majority of my childhood. I have moved around here and there, only within America. I lived in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana before. I've traveled all over Maryland, Tennessee, those kind of things. Recently went to Hawaii, and now I'm in Cali. Always wanted to live in Cali, and now I get the opportunity to. Met my boyfriend here, and now here I am living in Cali. I am a Sagittarius. I know someone asked that before. So I am kind of like a wild fire sign. I'm very, very introverted. If you guys didn't know that by now, I may come out a little bit more extroverted on my channel, but I'm very introverted. But my Sagittarius side kind of balances me out, because every now and then I need to just wander. I need to travel. I need to do crazy shit. So that's the side of me that comes out every now and then. I'm 25 now. I don't really like to party. I feel like I've been through that phase in my life. Right now, what you're going to see in my list, I want to go back to school and stuff like that for psychology, because I feel like it will mix well with this channel for those of you who found me because of my spirituality. At this time in my life, self-love is most important, and learning how to love my spouse and make a life of my dreams. But then, so with that being said, I did title this Shocking Things You May Not Know About Me. Not all of these are shocking, but some of them may be. This is a disclaimer. Some of you may not like my habits that I have that you find out today. Some of you might. But the whole point is to understand that I am multifaceted, and that it's okay to be who you truly are. There's no one way to be spiritual or to be a being. All right, so with that being said, number one is I like to paint naked. Something a lot of you guys if you haven't noticed already, I have a huge obsession about sexuality and embracing your sexuality. And a lot of what I feel, a way you can do that is by being naked. I honestly feel like being naked has a huge health benefit, so I try to be naked anytime I get. For some of you guys, you may follow my Instagram, and a lot of times I do like to do self-portraits to be naked. All those kind of things, I feel like is just a health benefit. I feel like it makes you feel liberated. We're liberated to be naked at times, especially to paint naked. There's something intimate in painting naked. So anytime I have paint, or I get the chance to paint naked or paint on canvases, I create art that way, and sometimes I come up with some dope shit. Number two is I smoke ganja. Now, this has been a on and off reoccurring thing in my life, though, so it's not like, oh, I was always this huge stoner my whole life. It's something that I used to be big into as a teenager, and then since I moved out to Cali, I see how open and how lenient everyone is with it, and it's so free here. And I guess I've just gotten back into that habit, and that's actually something that I enjoy to do. In the past, I used to do it because everyone else was doing it. It wasn't really fitting for me at the time. But in my time now, the more I know myself, I have a better control over myself, what I like, what I don't like, who I want to be around as I smoke, things like that. It makes a big difference in smoking now. And I mostly just do it in the comfort of my own home when I'm not really doing much, or I just want to feel at ease, things like that. But yeah, I do enjoy that. Number 3 is I smoke cigarettes too. This is a bad habit that I picked up learning how to skateboard within the past year or so. When I was in Tampa, I would always go to the skate park, and all of the kids there who skated, they would always cope. If it wasn't weed, it was cigarettes. And it was just some cool thing that people do at the skate park. And being dumb, I tried it out one time, because the skate park can be pretty stressful, especially like you're the only girl there. And people are very intimidating. So smoking was a way to cope when I was skating, and it kind of trailed into my everyday life. And I kind of have a habit of it now, but it's not a thing where pack a day type of thing. It's just like, it's getting bad though. I need to stop it. Number 4 is I was a porn star. No, it wasn't that serious. I used to take nude photos. When I was younger, around 19 to probably age 22, 23, one of those, I was very big into nude photos and like artistic nudity. That was my way of being happy, of feeling liberated, being free. Of course, a lot of people at that time in my life was judging me very harshly. And I didn't understand feminism and sexual liberation at that time, so I let it get to me. But the more that I'm learning about myself, my sexuality, and growing as a human being, I am getting back into that type of realm again. So yeah, that's my little thing on that. For number 5 is I am an incest and rape survivor. So that's been a little bit of videos that's floating around on my channel. For those of you who don't know that, maybe some of it is cringeworthy for people to look at. But that is a reality for me that I've lived for quite some time. And I've just became vocal about since I'm 25. And I feel like it's my duty to be vocal about it, because women need to know. Women and children need help. Men do too. So maybe I can be the resource for someone to escape, or to find help, or to find themselves, whatever the case may be. Number 6 is I majored in film production in high school. So I've been in film, YouTube, performance arts, and creative arts my entire life. When I was little, I used to be on step teams, dance teams, performed my whole life. I even took up in high school. I did talent shows with rap and dance. Always was at the pet rallies dancing. Always had gigs, battles that I went to. That was kind of like my dream. So I was living out my dream a lot by performing and dancing. But how film production mixed into it, it was like a thing that I could do. I could film dancing, and I remember making a documentary about dance a while ago when I used to be in film production, and hopefully I can find that footage so I can present it to you guys on this channel. That would be pretty dope. But at the time, I liked making documentaries and stuff. I wish I can be as creative on this channel, but unfortunately, until I can get better equipment, editing software, better camera, and all of that, I can make it better for you guys. Number 7, I have a dance channel. So my dance channel, if you guys are curious, is under my full real name, which is Shakia Brown. For those of you who don't know, starting this channel, I started off as Guru Shakia, and it was a reason. It suited me at the time that I started this channel. But as of late, I've transitioned to Oshun the Great. Number 8 is I went to CNA school. So yeah, it was a time in my life where I spent like 6 or so months at a free CNA school called Job Corps. Now, Job Corps was not a place for me, because I was such an outcast at this place, because it was usually where kids who were troubled go, and low poverty kids, and people who just didn't have a future, or not have a future, or didn't really know what to do, or wanted a better job, whatever the case could have been. But I went to this school because at that time I didn't know what I wanted in my life, and I was just listening to everybody around me. And yeah, my mother at the time, she had this great idea that I should go to this school, and I ended up getting a CNA certificate. And thinking I wanted to be a nurse at one point, but I found out very quickly that that dream, I did not want to be a nurse. Okay, so number 9, I plan on going back to school. So I started and stopped school a couple times because, again, I didn't know what I wanted. By the time I got into college and I thought I wanted to continue film production, I did not want to do that. But I've always had psychology in the back of my mind for a very long time. So that is what I want to go back to, hopefully here in Cali. Number 10 is I'm obsessed with sexual liberation and feminine energy. Is self-explanatory. I love everything to do with women. I am straight, but I am a firm believer that sexuality is pretty fluid. So you never know. You never know how life works and if your mind would change or like what the case may be. But I firmly believe in acknowledging the beauty in women and other women. And I feel like maybe that's part of women empowerment, or maybe that's just like me recognizing the woman in myself and the beauty that we all share. So I feel like it's important to uplift other women, to acknowledge each other's beauty, to hype each other up, to even teach each other beauty tips, things like that. But I really, really enjoy being in feminine energy, or being a woman at that. Number 11 is I am not that innocent. So I wrote this because I feel like people have this perception of me being this nice, sweet girl, because I have a soft voice and I'm very nice on YouTube. And people message me and they're just always like, oh, you're just this innocent little girl. But I am 25, even though I come out very innocent. I do have an innocent side, but that's just one side of me. So it's like, I don't want people thinking that I'm like this perfect person, because I'm really not. I've had my, I have a past, like we all do. And I have like things that I go through every day, and I'm just not perfect. Number 12, I went celibate for 2 years. So again, some of you guys may have noticed that I have a celibate series. My thought pattern with those videos are completely different. As you guys will know, as I grow spiritually, mentally, and physically, my thinking patterns change quite rapidly. What I start to express or believe in changes. So take everything with a grain of salt. Like, if it resonates, it resonates. If this information helps you at the time like it did for me, then by all means, kudos. But just remember, when you're watching my videos, these are different time periods at a lot of times. So the way I've thought then may not be how I think now. In terms of that situation, I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot, but now I'm really into the whole sexual liberation thing. But yeah, we'll get more into that in more videos. Number 13 is I've stopped eating meat for 2 years. So that same 2 years of being celibate, I kind of went through, I guess, a whole body cleanse of food, physical stuff, mental despair. I was just healing at that time from after a very harsh breakup. But yeah, so I stopped eating meat. Well, everything but seafood. And that was a very interesting year, but now I eat meat again. So 14, I fantasize about having a TV show. So a lot of times, being a psychic medium, for those of you who may not know that either, I am a psychic medium, meaning I do fuck with tarot cards, crystals. And it took me a long time to understand that that shit is actually cool. Like, if you fuck with metaphysical things, that's fine. It may be different from a lot of people, but that's actually cool. A lot of people fuck with it too, so you're not alone. But I've always, sorry you guys, my phone is always dying. I always want to show like Monica the Medium, or any medium that you see on TV lately. I thought about having my own show. That would be pretty dope, but it makes me nervous at the same time because people, I feel like, are always skeptical of psychics on TV. Number 15 is I love sugar, and it's just enough said. Number 16 is I worked about 1 million jobs. So in my lifetime, I'm only 25, but I've gone through so many different walks of life in such a short lifespan of time. I've basically tried everything from barista to servers to CNA, home care to travel life, wanderlust, all types of walks of life. I've experienced so many things in a short period of time. And at the time, it was like, oh, I hate these shitty jobs. But in the reality, I gained a lot of experience and a lot of not only job-wise for resumes, but a lot of like life experience. That's pretty cool to this day. Number 17, it took me 25 years to actually start liking me. So obviously you can't really count your younger years because you're still growing, still developing, still adapting, still being affected by your atmosphere. But it did pretty much take me till I turned 25 to start working a lot on self-love. It's never too late to love you. But even that is a constant journey in itself. Some days you just won't feel that shit, and that's okay. And some days like today, I'm feeling myself a lot. And really it's about putting yourself first, and caring what you think about you, and the rest will compliment you. People will fuck with you because you fuck with you, kind of thing. So believe in yourself, because why the fuck not? Okay, so number 18 is I can sing. So I've been singing my whole life since I was little. All the schools I ever gone to, I was in chorus. I followed my old Instagram, which I deleted, which I kind of regret now. I dabbled in writing songs and making music. And you guys can probably find that if you Google the Froze. That's probably the only glimpse you'll ever get of me singing, unless I decide to post some stuff on here. But yeah, I can sing. I actually like songwriting, poetry, things like that. Number 19, I love nature. So being an empath, I fuck with nature heavily, but I've been slacking because I stay inside a lot. That's my introverted homebody nature, unfortunately. But nature is a must. 20 is I stare at beautiful women a lot. It goes in hand with the other one. And a lot of times, this is a secret too. I've always struggled with my sexuality, and maybe because I've always picked up on other people's shit or energy or whatever, but I've always noticed that I had an appreciation for women. But the thing is, I don't ever see myself actually going all the way with them. So it's like I just have a thing for beautiful women. Men too, but it's like women, I feel like they do a lot every day to be noticed or to exaggerate their beauty. So I think it's just really interesting. I think more so that I like to take tips from women as I observe them and apply them to my own beauty, so that my beauty stands out a lot more. I like to play with stuff like that. 21, obsessed with self-improvement. This is in many ways. A lot of my self-improvement was in spirituality for a long time. Once I started down that road, I developed spirituality a whole lot, but I still have a whole lot to go. Sometimes I pause that journey a lot. Right now I'm working on sexuality, being sexually free, loving myself unconditionally. Anything that I feel like I'm weak in, I'm quick to research how to make it better. 22, I love creating. I love doing shit like making YouTube videos, even when I feel like, oh, it's not a good enough equipment. I love making information that can potentially help someone or brighten someone's day or inspire in any way. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope to have that ability to do that. And for that, I'm grateful, universe. Number 23, I'm very sensitive, and that has to do with being an empath yet again. I may come up with another list if you guys fuck with this video. Obviously, I like to curse too sometimes. Very sensitive, so a lot of stuff gets to me. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of learning day by day not to give a fuck about little things or things that just don't matter anyway. I think smoking helps that a lot. 24, I'm crazy, meaning again, I am not perfect. I have times where shit, it's just like I'm a person, I'm a human. Shit happens where I'm just not my best that I can be all the time. And then number 25, I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys helping me out. For those of you who paid for my readings in the past, who fuck with me on multiple occasions, supporting my business, supporting my channel, I just greatly appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Hope you guys keep supporting. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment below what else you want to see. I'm here for you guys. Peace. Be dope, be you unapologetically. Peace.